Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Kobe. Mike's with me today. What do we have going on, man?
Hey man, what's going on, man? A lot to discuss, man. We had some big games from week 11 that we're gonna look at. Then some news came out, some quarterback changes, houses being broken into, players getting spit on, another player got shot. I mean, it was a lot that went on this past week. So
Yeah.
we have a lot to look into, but first we can dive into our top 5 and 5. We can dive into some topics this week to get us going. So first, the Panthers, man, playing well. Just came off of a big win. Do you think that they're a playoff team this year?
Uh, I don't know. They are getting hot at the right time. We're starting to get to that final stretch of the season where you're really starting to find out who these teams are. I know they just coming off that big win against the Falcons, but Michael Penix goes down with that injury. Kirk Cousins comes in and it's very underwhelming. But I mean, a win's a win. I don't think that was the best Falcons team they could have had out there, but I mean, they're definitely a team to keep an eye on right now.
hmm Yeah, I think confidence will play a big part with them, and their strength of schedule. If they can find a way to, get some wins against some easier opponents, they might have a path to sneak in. Right now, they're a game back, so um, they'll definitely be out on the lookout to see if they can find a way into the playoffs. Um, and next, man, your guy, Miles Garrett. He's chasing greatness right now. Do you think he's the greatest pass rusher of all time, or could be?
um, Not the greatest of all time yet, but
Mhm.
he is definitely trending that in that direction. I mean, obviously, he just signed a contract to stay here. He's got plenty of years left to keep adding to this legacy. But man, every single game I watch, number 95 is back there. Just if he's not making a sack, he is disrupting something. He is he is on a goat path. We'll say that. But
Yeah, definitely on a go path. I hope that he could get that record too. He's 8 sacks away from the all time the season leading sack record. So I hope that he could get that because I don't want Michael Strahan to have that no more. Him and TJ. Next, we have another QB change for the Jets. Tyrod being named the starter this week over Fields. Do you think this has any relevance, or do you think it matters at all that they did this QB change this late in the season?
it kind of it's a little shocking. Normally, in this situation with a struggling team, your quarterback change is bringing in a young guy, maybe a rookie or someone you haven't seen from yet. Kind of see what you have, maybe build some confidence. I know Tyrod Taylor's a veteran. He's been pretty solid over his career. But I mean, if the Jets are wanting to win games, which you think they would, I could see that. I could see that, but
hmm
I don't know. I think maybe the Justin Fields experiment is over.
hmm Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to be QB hunting in the off season, but maybe they're doing this to give the team a spark. But I don't think it'll have any determination on their win column this season. Um, and next, I mean, this was a crazy brawl
Yeah.
on Sunday. Chase allegedly, but it definitely looked like he spit on Jalen Ramsey. Tried to deny it, but the camera doesn't lie. And he was suspended for 1 game. He appealed that, but it was upheld. What do you think about this, man?
Anytime you have a situation like this where like an altercation begins, now you have to investigate. Like, hey, why did you do this? Why did you do this? Like, well, I swung on him because he spit on me. And he's like, no, I didn't spit on him. Like,
Mhm.
when you're on the field like that, there are hundreds of cameras
Yep.
on you at all times. Your word means nothing in that
Yep.
situation. It's just
Mhm.
rewatch one video, be like, okay, well, we saw you do it. Well, I didn't like mean to do it. Like,
Yeah, right.
so yeah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, definitely can't be spitting on people, man. I think anything can go down after that if you spit on somebody. Hey, anything is up for grabs. And next, a little bit of history. Brissett throwing 47 completions this past game. I know it's not a big story, but definitely a big accomplishment for him.
Yeah, I mean, 47 for 57. I mean, it sounds crazy, but yeah, three more completions. That's 50. That
Yeah.
is huge. But
Mhm.
yeah, 47 for 57, over 450 yards, 2 touchdowns with the 2 picks,
Mhm.
but they lost by 20. So
Yeah.
I mean, you would have loved to see 47 completions, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, win by 14 or something, but
Mhm.
nope.
Nope. All right. So the Commanders and the Dolphins. I just hate even bringing up this team sometime. Um Another letdown game. We did play better with Dan Quinn calling the plays on defense. Defensive players looked a little bit more energized. They was making tackles. This game was close um, throughout the entire game. We had a few chances to win at the end. Zach Ertz dropped a easy touchdown pass. He actually slipped on that play, and then we missed a game-winning field goal also. So, um, couldn't score the touchdown. Then we go for the field goal, and he freaking missed. That's why he's not out of a job because we did cut him, but he was picked up today by the 49ers
Mm.
on their practice squad, Matt Gay. But yeah, just another letdown game. Defense let us down yet again. And Mariota, I mean, he played well, 20 of 30, 213 yards. This is his third start with 213 yards, which is a weird
Yeah,
stat.
that's weird.
Running game was what it was. Chris Rodriguez, he ran the ball okay, but um, with the defense that we have, we're not going to be winning too many games this season. And Dolphins really didn't do anything that surprised us or did anything. They were just mediocre. But again, when you're playing my bad Commanders, mediocre can get you a win. So not a good game for us.
Yeah, I thought. Uh, I mean, I thought the Dolphins would win this game, and I did think they would score a little bit more than they did, especially the way Devin at Chain like started off at the beginning of the game, just
Mm-hmm.
constantly running and to see. I mean, 120 yards is a great game, but the way that game started, it looked like he was going to be on pace for like 150, 160.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then there's Waddle, 3 catches, 52, and I guess the positive for that game, if you're Miami, besides the win, is no turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Tua has been throwing 1, 2, 3 interceptions multiple games this season. So a turnover-free day for the Dolphins, and they squeak by with a win.
Yeah, you play the Commanders defense. You're not going to give up a turnover because we don't know
Yeah.
how to catch interceptions or fall on fumbles. So um, definitely a good time for a bye for us though. And next, Ravens, and this was a really interesting game, man. I was watching this one. Had to hit you up like, yo, they got your boy in. But what
Yeah,
you think about this game?
man, this this offense is just wasting away a generational defense.
Yes.
You look back at like the dominant like Ravens defenses, the Steelers defense, like Seattle had that dominant defense for years. Like we have that right now, but we have an elementary offense.
Mm-hmm.
Like years ago when we went 0-16, somebody compared this season's offense to that season's offense. And this season's offense is actually worse statistically than the 0-16 team. But this is, one of the top defenses in the league. They had two interceptions. They had a defensive touchdown. We had great starting field position multiple times. And then look at these offensive numbers. Gabriel 7-10, 68 yards. Sanders came in 47 yards. So what is that? Quick math, 130 passing yards. Like that is crazy. And and then Shedeur, his post game conference takes the blame for that. Like I was on the field when we had a chance to go down and score, but no, that's not on him. Like it's still on Stefanski most of the time, for the main fact that offensive lineman Wyatt Teller said, we've only heard Shedeur's cadence like 3 or 4 times. Like all those reports that came out over the last month or so where, oh no, Gabriel's working with the ones. Gabriel's getting work with the ones. This is why you get your other guys involved. And now, obviously, Shedeur has a full week of practice with the ones. We'll be going to Vegas, which I don't know the odds. I'm guessing I'm going to say the Raiders are probably favored because they're home. But we'll wait till we get to this upcoming picks episode. I'm not spoiling anything right now, but yeah, the offense needs to find something. And if it's, our offensive coordinator's calling plays now, so who knows? We'll see what this game coming up looks like with Shedeur in a full week, but it can't be worse.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because it pissed me off. Like, how in the heck do you have a backup quarterback that's not getting any reps with the first team offense? I don't understand it. I'm sure when Flacco was there and Dillon was the backup, he was getting a couple first team reps. Now Gillen's been the starter for at least 5 or so games. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 games. And Shedeur didn't get any first team reps. Is unbelievable. Where your offensive lineman is saying we don't even know what his cadence sounds like.
Yeah.
Like that's because a lot of the issues where the pressure was just running free. There's no like nothing between Shedeur and that offensive line. Like as far as that connection that hey, slide him over here, or hey, this pressure is coming.
Yeah.
They just winging it. So yeah, I just couldn't believe that.
And he even said he's more like him and the twos are extremely locked in and in sync. So it's I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of people learn differently. He said that he needs the experience and the time with the players in order to learn their movements, learn what they want, what they So you can't just throw this man out there and expect for him to have that be synced up with those players. But yeah, that was just like. But maybe in a week, they can all gel together and they can, learn the cadence, and he can, I think that what Stefanski should do is kind of take some of those line calls from Shedeur and let the center or the offensive line kind of judge who's coming and who they should block or where they should slide the line to. I don't know if he'll be able to do that and, read the defense and stuff like that, but some more news with your new starting quarterback. This was unfortunate. While
can't catch a break.
Yeah, while he came into the game, somebody was breaking into his house, stole over $200 worth of property from his home. Can't win, literally. So that's unfortunate, but
and there's been multiple occurrences. Like I know it happened to Joe Burrow, and like and I know there was like an investigations like put out like trying to find like if there was like a certain group of like you know like doing these things. And it's always like while players are
Yeah.
like while they're in the game, people are
Mm-hmm.
breaking in. Like that's crazy.
It's crazy.
You can't be spitting on people on the field, and you can't be breaking into people's houses.
Yeah. What's going on with y'all in Ohio, man? Yeah, and then yep, he was named the starter this week. Dylan Gabriel still in concussion protocol. It looked like Stefanski was hesitant on even saying this. I mean, I think right after the game, he was like, "Oh, Dylan will be back." He's still a starter, or
Yeah.
kind of prematurely.
What I'm curious to see is once Stefanski's time is done here, which probably isn't too much longer. Like Browns cut ways with Kevin Stefanski. I want him to be like right away be like, listen, I wanted to play him. Everybody on start pointing fingers immediately. I don't know, but Shedeur says the right things every time. I don't know who it was. I have the quote right here. They ask him like, what does he think of his first official start coming up? He says, I'm doing everything I need to prepare to be the best version of myself as possible. With the circumstances, everything got me sped up, and that's great. I feel like I'm the guy. I know I'm the guy. You just have to be able to see it. Like, so even with like his benching and like not getting these opportunities, like he has the confidence to go out there and play. And that's the one thing I think you worry about with a young guy. Like his confidence is already broken before he even steps out on the field. Like, you don't have the locker room. You don't have these guys, but I don't know. Again, I'm trying not to get too excited. I've been a Browns fan a long time, and he is the 42nd starting quarterback for this franchise since they came back. So
if he's going to get a win, this is a good game.
This is probably our last winnable game on the schedule.
Yeah. So, I mean, Raiders, their defense is not good. They're struggling. Offense is not. I mean, if your defense gets after them, it's going to be a close game.
So I did look this morning. The Browns have the 29th ranked offense in the league. The Raiders are number 30. So that defense. Raiders offense against this defense right now. Again, no spoilers for our picks coming up this week.
Yeah, no spoilers.
But we might be doing some home cooking.
And next we had, this was a close game. Surprised me a lot. Lions 9 and Eagles 16. Eagles improved to 8-2. Lions offense could not get anything going in this game. Just settled for 3 field goals, but every time they got into the red zone, they just couldn't score a touchdown. That pressure for the Eagles was really getting after Jared Goff, and it really was the Eagles' defense. I mean, their offense really didn't do too much, but that defense was getting after Jared Goff a lot.
Yeah, if you would just look at the offensive numbers there from the Eagles, you would have assumed that they lost this game maybe like 17-10 or something like that. Both of these teams are kind of hard to figure out right now because every week we talk about how explosive this Lions offense can be with Gibbs and all the playmakers around Goff. And then the Eagles have like they don't throw the ball well. They don't really run, like they're not running the ball extraordinarily well. I mean, Hurts had 135 yards, but then Barkley had 83. Hurts gets the touchdown. And this might be the most quiet 8-2 team we've seen in a long time. Yes, they are the defending Super Bowl champions, but they are just sliding under the radar right now. It's a really weird situation there.
Yeah, definitely a quiet 8-2. And the Lions, this is not the best time to be playing your worst as an offense late into the season. They got some teams that's on their heels fighting for a playoff spot, so they're going to have to turn it around soon. And the
Whew.
Buccaneers, they're gonna have to do the same thing in that division, but they lost to the Bills 44-32. Bills improved to 7-3. Hey man, go ahead and talk about JA, man, Josh Allen.
Like, so we just talked about Jared Goff and all the playmakers around him. You look at Josh Allen, all the playmakers that aren't around him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, James Cook is a very serviceable back, and he had a great game. But then that's it. Like, he's got some good tight end help there. But the fact 6 total touchdowns. He had the 2 interceptions, sure, but 317 yards in the air, 40 on the ground. We say this week in, week out. When Josh Allen is playing like MVP Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills are hard to beat. They lost to the Dolphins a couple weeks ago because he wasn't shit. So, I mean, the Buccaneers, like you said, like not a, with the Panthers kind of creeping up on them.
Mm-hmm.
We had Baker Mayfield in MVP talks, and he didn't have a bad game either. But this isn't the high-powered Bucks that that we were talking about earlier this year either. But definitely a video game score.
Yeah, and another tough game for the Bucks coming up at LA against the Rams. So yeah, another tough one for them. But yeah, I mean, you said that Josh Allen, doesn't matter who's around him, what weapons he has. Keon Coleman missed the game due to him missing, I believe, a practice or something. Missed the game. Who was his lead receiver? Shavers, 90 yards receiver.
And I'll be honest, I have no clue who that dude is.
No idea. But I, mean,
I was gonna bring it up, but I was like, I don't even know who he is to even talk about him. And maybe that's on us. Maybe we need to figure it out.
Yeah, Allen, I mean, he's gonna, find a way to get it done. I mean, 6 total touchdowns is crazy. So yeah, the Bills go as far as Josh Allen takes them. So and next, the surprising Denver Broncos improving to 9-2, beating the Chiefs 22-19, a big divisional game. Mahomes, he tried. I mean, I guess he did the best he could, but against this surging Broncos team, Bo Nix didn't make any mistakes. He was really good in this game. And that defense is always applying pressure. So, yeah, Denver looking really good this year. And the Chiefs, I mean, they're going to be fighting to even make the playoffs this season.
Yeah, we were making our picks last week. I thought the Chiefs would win this game. I was talking about the Broncos' strength of schedule and like all the depleted teams they played against, and I was like, well, they're finally getting a real test here with the Chiefs because, like I said, the Chiefs are chiefing right now.
Mm-hmm.
They were starting to get momentum, but man, when Denver needed to step up, they stepped up in a big way. That's a huge statement win for them. Yeah, I believe they're the 1 seed in the AFC, and they're not looking to like give that up anytime soon.
Yeah, totally agree. Next we had the Seahawks versus the Rams. Rams had those sweet black uniforms. Rams improving to 8-2 on the season, winning 21-19 in a close matchup. Sam freaking interception Darnold. 4 interceptions in this game. Probably cost him this game with that many turnovers. In a close divisional game like this, you have to try to stay mistake-free. And 4 interceptions is not going to cut it, especially against a dominating Rams team. Matthew Stafford had an okay game, not his best, but again, if you are playing against a team that gives up the ball 4 times, you can have success. So, yeah, this was a crazy game, though.
Yeah, 4 interceptions, and you lost the game by 2. That was still a very winnable game for the Seahawks. But we talked about earlier this year we were talking about how good Daniel Jones is and how he's like, he's an MVP candidate, and then boom, he had like 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Sam Darnold, he's been balling all year. He had a good year last year with the Vikings, and like, oh shoot, maybe that old Sam Darnold, like from the Panthers and the Jets, maybe he's gone. Then right here in a big divisional game, 4 interceptions, and like I said, they were still in this game. Like the Seahawks are still a very good team. I want to see this game. Like I want them to play this coming week again. Yes, Stafford. He could, he's been throwing 3-4 touchdowns a game. So like you said, a little bit of a down game for him, but yeah, that's just uncharacteristic of the Darnold. We're just starting to, learn about like, now he's showing that maybe he is like the real deal, but crumbled in a big game for them.
Yep.
But a good bounce back spot for them going against the Titans coming up. So
oh yeah, they can get right in that game. Then a game that they couldn't get right. The Chargers, another embarrassing loss, 35-6 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars improving to 6-4. Herbert, probably one of the worst games of his career, 10 of 18, only 81 yards and an interception. That entire offense could not get anything going. What are your thoughts on this game?
I don't know who either one of these teams are right now. Like who is Jacksonville just surging, like going on a surge now? And these dang Chargers, man, who are you?
They don't know.
Every week it's something different with these guys. They're winning games they should. They're getting blown out. You're benching your franchise quarterback in the 4th quarter for Trey Lance. Like,
yep.
Like you need to get back in that one segment. Like, come on, man. Like what are you guys doing? Like, but
they don't know.
But they are in a good spot this week with a bye. I think they need one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know who they play the following week, but I would expect the Chargers to come out full steam ahead and setting a tone in that game. But who knows? They might not.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy. I mean, early on in the season, we were thinking that this Chargers team could lead this division. They had big wins against the Chiefs, and we really thought that they took a step forward. But the inconsistency, it seems like it's every week. One week they win, the next week they lose. I know when we were doing our picks, I said that this would be a tough game for them going from the West to the East Coast. But I didn't expect for them to lose 35-6. I mean, yeah, this, and especially those numbers from Herbert, that is crazy. But again, and this is what keeps Herbert from that top tier QB conversation. When he comes and has games like this or ugly games in the playoffs, this is what kind of keeps him out of that discussion.
They're 7-4 though.
I know 7-4. It's crazy.
Like they're still in the playoff picture. That's why it makes no sense. Like the way we were just talking about them, you'd think they'd be like a 4-win team, like 4-7. But no, like they're still right there ahead of the Chiefs in the wild card. So
yeah, and it's kind of like they've kind of been like this the last couple of seasons where they make the playoffs and in the first round gone. Like, and it seems like they're going to repeat it this year. I don't, with them going into the playoffs with this kind of up and down type of season, I don't see them having any success. I think whoever they play in the first round, they'll get taken out early. Same with the Jaguars. They're in a playoff hunt. I think they're in a playoff picture as well, but two inconsistent teams right here.
Yeah.
And a team that's getting on the right track, man. The Panthers, Who would have thought? 6-5 now, improving on the season, 30-27 against the Falcons in the ATL. I think we need to have a talk about Bryce Young, man.
Yeah.
I know the last couple seasons, we thought that he could have been a bust, but he's been balling. 448 yards, the most he's thrown in a game in his career. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Carolina Panthers, if they can just become more consistent and get that defense in check, they got a good QB, good running back. McMillan is becoming a stud. I mean, that can be a good young team moving forward.
Mhm.
And I mean, we'll get into the Falcons and their QB injuries, but what were your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it seemed like, I don't know if it was last season, if Bryce Young got hurt or benched, but they brought in Andy Dalton for a few games, maybe like 3 weeks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then ever since Bryce came back, he's really been stepping up into the franchise quarterback role. But these last couple of weeks, I mean, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league right now, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just over the last 2 weeks, definitely not the
Mm-hmm.
whole year. And you said, they're a good young team. And that's exactly what we were saying about the Falcons. They had their young quarterback. They had Bijan. They had Drake London. And, man, you mentioned it, another quarterback injury. And then Kirk Cousins, who said, I want to go somewhere where I can be a starter and win a Super Bowl. He came in again, 6 of 14, 48
Trash.
yards.
You like that?
Yeah. So while his mouth is saying, I want to play somewhere and contribute, his stat line is doing the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Father Time maybe caught up to him. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, but yeah, the Falcons are a fun team to watch right now.
Yeah. Carolina is doing things the right way. And they're getting weapons around Bryce Young. They already had Leggett. Now the rookie McMillan, he's a stud, like I said, and then you got a good running back. If they could just get probably that O line and that defense together, they'll be nice, especially in a division like that.
Yeah.
The only good team right now is the Bucks, and they're kind of iffy too. So, and you mentioned it, Michael Penix, man, so unfortunate. This is his fifth season-ending injury. 2 ACL tears in the right knee in college. He right clavicle, left shoulder, and now his left ACL, which was torn. So it's hard to come back from a lot of these injuries. Definitely a Mr. Glass situation for him. I mean, it seems like he's just injured so much in his football career, but it's hard to come back from a lot of, both ACLs done, both shoulders. I mean, we'll see if he can come back from this one, but it's going to be tough, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's still pretty young. I think his body recovers better than, some of these older guys, but when he's healthy, he looks great out there. Atlanta probably loves seeing him, but yeah, I mean, he's also trending down the line of what if,
yeah,
but we'll see. Yeah. And I don't, the Falcons there at 3-7, they're going to be playing Kirk Cousins. I think, they don't really have anything to play for anymore this season. So
right, probably tank time.
Yeah.
And then to finish up our Monday nighter, we had the Cowboys at the Raiders. Raiders defense just got slaughtered in this game. Cowboys was able to do whatever they wanted. Prescott with 268 yards passing. Pickens had 144 yards receiving and a touchdown. Prescott with 4 TDs. Good Lord. Yeah, and the Raiders defense is horrible. Can't get a running game going. Brown should have been licking their chops looking at this game.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about the Browns, how good the defense is and how terrible the offense is. And then the Cowboys have just been, flipped all year. Their offense has been dominated. dominating, but their defense has been getting carved up. But this is the kind of game you want, where your defense is only giving up 16 points. The Cowboys will probably win every single game the rest of the year if their defense allows under 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the Raiders, they're worse than we are technically, but
yeah, they're pretty bad.
Genty can't six carries for 7 yards.
6 carries for 7 yards.
I just saw
unbelievable.
That. Gino's been talking crazy. He's been taking the blame for these losses, but I'm pretty sure he had a crazy quote after this one. He goes, we lost the game. You can blame me. You wreck your car. I'll take the blame for that. You can't pay your bills or something. I'll take the blame for that too. Like, I don't even know what this dude's talking about right now.
Put it all on him. He got it.
I know that's a misquote, but he said something crazy along those lines. But man, just shut up and try to throw the football. You guys are, they're trending for the number 1 pick. It's a pretty solid quarterback class, so they'll probably get a replacement there. But man, that's just to shut up and play ball, man.
Yep. All right, and next, we can look ahead at this playoff picture right now. Both two teams that are in first place right now is the Broncos and the Eagles. They're playing really well right now. If this was a stay, I think my favorite matchup is that Seahawks and Tampa, where I think it'll be really close. Yeah, all the other games are kind of iffy. Bills, if it stayed like this, that's probably the most. That Bears and Green Bay game as well, but
that's the game I was looking at. I like when the playoffs start and you get teams in the same division matched up.
Yeah,
same thing with the Niners and Rams, but the Rams are just such a better team than the 49ers. That's not really that enticing of a matchup. But yeah, I actually really like the Green Bay and Chicago matchup there, especially if this Green Bay defense can tighten it up and get it going. Something about Micah Parsons running down Caleb Williams in Chicago. Like I think that would be my game to watch. But as an excitement level, you can't really argue against the Seahawks and the Buccaneers there either. But AFC is just kind of
it's I mean, it's just nasty because it's so you don't really know what you're going to get.
Yeah, but yeah,
out of the no, go ahead.
The Chargers versus Colts. The Colts have been such a dominating team, but then if the Chargers play the way like we're saying they potentially could, that could be a really good game, or they could lose 38-6. So I mean,
yeah, and that out of those in the hunt teams, who do you think has the best chance to make it in?
I'd say probably the Lions. Just based solely on high-powered offense, and their defense isn't bad by any means. They get after the quarterback pretty well with Hutchinson and those other guys up front. But like we said, it's not a really good time for them to start playing some bad football right now. But I do like Dan Campbell. I think he'll find a way to light a spark in that team.
Yeah, I think the Lions have the best chance too, but I kind of want to see the Panthers do it, man. I like the underdog.
Yeah, that would be all right. I wouldn't be upset with that.
Yeah. All right. Next, we can get into the highly anticipated.
Oh man,
extreme rankings. I'm sure we had some change ups for this week. A lot of moving parts. Let's see. So coming in at number 5, is it a surprise? We have the Philadelphia Eagles making a return back into the top 5.
Yeah, they were, they were number one, at the beginning of these rankings, and they stayed at 1. They started slipping, and like we talked about earlier, this is a very quiet 8-2 team. It seems like they're not playing their best football right now by any means. But yeah, 8-2. If they can start figuring out the offense a little bit, the defense is obviously extremely strong and going to keep them in any game. But man, if the Eagles can get it going offensively right now in the second half of the season, they, they already, well, right now they're the 1 seed. They have a bye, but yeah, they're getting hot again. So who knows?
Yeah, and I think it's because we're not seeing that offense, like you said. A lot of these games are low scoring defensive games. Offense really isn't showing anything, so it's really hard to think that they can really show something or improve. So like you said, it's a quiet 8-2 for the Eagles, but if they can really get that offense going and clicking and get Barkley running well, then maybe they can move up a little bit more. Next, coming in at number 4, we have the LA Rams. One of the most dominant teams in the NFL right now. Could be a little higher, but have some teams ahead of them that continues to win as well.
Yeah, a big win for them against Seattle. Again, Seattle had chances to win that game, but the Rams prevailed. Matt Stafford is playing like he's 25 years old again. The defense is solid. They're playmakers with Adams and Puka. They're running the ball. The Rams are a tough team right now.
Next, coming in at number 3, the Colts are holding on for dear life. They are still in our top 5. They got to show me something though, because they might start to slide soon.
And obviously they didn't lose last week with the bye, so you can't really drop them too far since they didn't lose. But yeah, they need to, these are, you want to be on our list, like, a highly touted show like we are.
Yeah.
This probably means a lot to them that they're still, I mean, they're right in the middle. That's as mediocre as you can get right now.
Exactly.
And I would say the Rams at 4 are probably trending up, and the Colts are probably trending down. So we could see a switch in next week's rankings. But yeah, the Colts need to show us something.
Yep, for sure. And next, coming in at number 2, we have the New England Patriots. Still playing really well. You can argue that they could be the number 1 team in the league as well as they've been playing, but came in at number 2 this week.
Yeah, is that the Patriots are really good again. They must have Bill Belichick back. Is Tom Brady? Is Tom Brady back there in the?
No,
the Patriots.
Is that 8 straight?
Yeah. I mean, the only other team, I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, 8 straight. Drake May is, he's having an MVP season. They're starting to run the ball. The defense is upgraded. The offensive line is upgraded, and yeah, I think I mentioned that before. We got the Patriots and the Colts in the top 5, and we don't have Peyton Manning or Tom Brady right now. So,
yeah,
kind of cool to see both of the teams in relevancy again.
And the number 1 team this week in our extreme rankings is the Denver Broncos at 9-2, 8 straight wins. Hard to get them from this spot. They're playing well. Offense playing well. Defense is legit. Just came off of a big win against the Chiefs.
Yeah, even if even if they would have lost this game to the Chiefs, as long as it wasn't a blowout, I still don't think they drop any lower than 2. I think that makes the Patriots the clear cut 1. But yeah, I was surprised Denver got the win against Kansas City. The defense is elite. When Bo Nix isn't making mistakes, this team is gonna be tough to beat, man.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they have a first round bye and then you have to go into Denver. Oh, with crazy weather and all that, man, it's gonna be a tough tough place to play. But those are our extreme rankings for this week. Next, we could talk about this crazy story that happened up in New York. Cornerback Chris Boyd was shot earlier this week, leaving a restaurant with some friends. Apparently, he got into a fight with someone. Then the guy pulled out a gun and shot him in the chest. He was in critical condition, but news came out today that he was breathing on his own. Hey, man, nothing good happens first in the hood, but after 2 a.m.
Yeah, I don't. We talked about this with Mark Sanchez, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's just another recent one. But yeah, nothing good after midnight. Like, why? Like, being in a restaurant at 2 a.m. First of all, I mean, I'm from a small town. Nothing's open past like 9 or 10 here. Being in a restaurant at 2 o'clock, crazy. I would never do that. 2, starting a fight with a man in a restaurant at 2 a.m. I would never do that either, because you don't know what the other guy is. Why is he out at a restaurant at 2 a.m.?
Right.
Well, Chris Boyd found out real quick what this guy was about, and it sounds like, listen, I don't want to make light of a situation. Thankfully, he's in better condition. He's recovering. He's healthy. He's trending. But man, all these guys that make millions and millions of dollars just constantly putting themselves in situations where this can happen. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing to me every single time something like this happens.
Yeah, you got to kind of have a time limit. Like, hey, it's midnight. Let me head home, or because I mean, they say nothing good happens after 2 because 9 times out of 10 drinks are involved. You got somebody maybe drunk. You got if you're in the wrong neighborhood, or somebody sees that you probably got some money, they try to fight you or rob you. So unfortunate situation, but it's good to hear that he's recovering well, and he should make a full recovery. So but yeah, definitely a crazy story coming out this week. Let me see. I think that is it. I'm trying to see what else we could have. This was a long one today. If you don't have anything else, man, I think that is going to be it.
I will say, at the end of all these shows, we always, we plug all the socials. But I do think, last week we did a live recording on YouTube and Twitch. I think we're going we might start doing that more often going forward. So if you're watching this and you want to see it live and, interact with us as we're doing this, like, especially when we're making our picks, like why are you picking them? Like, you're stupid, or, oh wow, that's you really know what you're talking about. Like, we want to hear from you guys. So yeah, follow the Twitch, follow the YouTube, turn on the notifications for both, so you know when we go live, and we want it to be more interactive for you guys. And I think it'd be fun to like be able to see like comments pop up on the screen just to see what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows, you might, if you want to come on, argue with us, say who you think was going to win. You never know. If you let us know, we'll bring you on too. So but I couldn't have said it better, man. Definitely subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And as always, see y'all next time. Peace.
See you guys.